Tom, welcome to the football club. How
Thank
does
you.
it feel to be here?
Yeah, good. Obviously it's been a pretty long summer, and I've had to play a bit of a waiting game, but happy to finally get something over the line and ready to go this weekend.
Like you say, when you're out of contract, it is a bit of a waiting game. So what made you want to sign this deal with us?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time I've really been in this position, and yeah, like I said, it's you have your difficult moments, and it's just part and parcel of the game. I think it's just an acceptance that especially when you get into your 30s, that you're not going to be swimming with hundreds of offers and have loads and loads of decisions to make. But yeah, I think once the offer came in, the club were really keen to bring me in, and I think at this point in my career, it's nice to have that that want. And I came in to see the manager yesterday, and he was really enthusiastic about bringing me on board. And yeah, I think once you sit down and think about it, it's just a case of, do you want to go to an environment where you feel like you're going to be respected, and everyone's going to be pulling together. And having spoke to the manager yesterday, I kind of got the feel that was the right environment that I wanted to be part of. And yeah, at the end of the day, I want to win, and the gaffer wants to win, and the club's on the up. So yeah, I want to be a part of that.
And obviously the real thing kicks off on Saturday. How excited are you to get in at a time when a match day is only a few days away?
Yeah, good. I mean, I've been working hard while I've been off. Doing my own training camps and making sure I'm fit, because you do keep an eye on the fixtures and when they're starting, and yeah, it's just trying to put myself in a position where I'm not coming in and then it takes another 2-3 weeks for me to get up to speed. I've tried to keep myself aligned with what a pre-season would be, and I'd like to think that I'm ready to play a part straight away, which will be nice.
Yeah, I mean, when you're not with the club at this time of year, like you say, trying to get ready to be ready when someone calls you. What specifically has your pre-season looked like?
Well, my agency has put on a camp, and obviously they've got a lot of players, so they'll speak to the players that they've got and find out what they're doing on a weekly basis, and we tried to mirror that really. Again, sometimes that's hard when there's only maybe 2 or 3 of you that are running around on your own. But no, it's been good. I think it's been good from a mental point of view, just to not be sat at home going on a 10k on my own, or going and doing individual bits. I think it would be easy to kind of get lost in the the whole side of I haven't got a club, I haven't got this, I haven't got that. Whereas it's kind of giving me a focus just to keep myself ticking over in a good way, really. So yeah, I feel like I'm in a good place fitness wise, and yeah, well, I'll find out on Saturday.
You obviously bring a lot of experience at high levels to this football club, but what else do you want to bring to here at Barrow?
Well, just a bit of excitement, really. I think the game's kind of lost wingers that want to run at people, that want to try and take people on. You look at the game's probably gone a little bit robotic the higher up you go, and hopefully I can bring that. Like you said, I've got a lot of experience. I got a promotion a couple of years ago. I've played nearly 500 games. There's a lot of things that I feel like I can bring to the table, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why the club have committed to bringing me in. Like I said before, it's difficult when you're 32 and people keep reminding you how old you are. But that was one of the reasons why I wanted to come here, because there was none of that with the gaffer. There was none of that with any of the negotiations. It was just we think he's a good player, we want to bring him in, and that's kind of the bottom line of it. So yeah, I think I can bring a lot of experience, like you said, and a bit of leadership and standards and all the things that come with being in your 30s. But also, I still think I've got the quality to go and win games, and hopefully I can do that for this club.
There's a lot of big games to start the season, a lot of teams who expect to be up there. Cup game as well against Preston. How excited are you to get back against Preston?
Yeah, I don't think I've actually played against them since I left, so that'll be interesting. It'll be good to see a few people, obviously, I still know there. But we got a big game on Saturday, like you said, a big first home game as well. Teams that are going to be fancied to be going up. But again, having spoken to the manager, he's very ambitious. He wants this club to be right in and around it. And I haven't done too much research into where the club is fancied by pundits and all the nonsense that goes with that. But there's no reason why we can't match the other teams. And if we stick together and we work as a team, then that's the most important thing, and that's the best recipe for success.
Speaking of the cups, obviously you came up to Hull Street with Derby last year. What were your experiences like that night?
Well, I got subbed at half time, so that was a good night. Yeah, it's always difficult when in cup games when you're the bigger club coming down to a League Two club. I think if you look at fixtures over the years, there's always, it's never just a case of Championship club always beats the level isn't of a difference where it's just a guaranteed win, and we found that night that it was incredibly difficult. So hopefully, now I'm here, we can make it difficult for teams that are coming here and have a good season.
Thank you very much.
No problem.